Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. Today, we're going to analyze a really significant development. OpenAI has quietly launched an advertising business, and it's already showing massive potential. We're here to break down what this move could mean for the future of AI.
So the core of this analysis starts with a report from Stephanie Palazzolo in The Information, which was published on March 28th. Now, according to her article, OpenAI's new advertising pilot has already crossed the $100 million mark in annualized revenue. That simply means if they keep up this pace for a full year, that's their earnings. This isn't just some future projection. It's a real milestone, and it signals a major strategic shift.
What's truly staggering, though, is the speed. I mean, reaching that kind of run rate in just 6 weeks, it's almost unheard of. It points to a huge pent-up demand from advertisers who are really eager to get in front of ChatGPT's audience, and it proves that this advertising model could be a potential goldmine for OpenAI.
So, how exactly did they pull this off? Let's take a look under the hood at the numbers behind this pilot program just to see what's really going on.
Well, for starters, the pilot is already quite large, with over 600 advertisers jumping in. And what's really interesting is that it's not just the big corporate players. Nearly 80% of them are small and medium-sized businesses. OpenAI is also being pretty cautious here. They're keeping a very light ad load, so most users won't even see an ad on a daily basis. But make no mistake, with plans for global expansion and a self-serve platform on the way, they are clearly gearing up to scale this and scale it fast.
$100 million certainly sounds like a lot of money, but how big is it really? To get a sense of its true scale, we need to put it into context and compare it to some established players in the media world.
An analysis by Peter Gostev really helps put this into perspective. You see, in just a few months, this pilot has generated about 1/6 of the annual ad revenue of a media giant like the New York Times. Now, it's not at the level of a Google or a Meta just yet, but for a program that's really still in its infancy, that is an incredibly powerful start.
This kind of rapid financial success isn't just about adding a new revenue stream. It's more profound than that. It actually starts to pull the entire company into a new orbit. And this is where we get to the core of what's really changing, the strategic implications for the platform itself.
Product developer Leonardo Jacques put it perfectly when he said $100 million in 6 weeks creates its own gravity. Money like that isn't just a number on a spreadsheet, it's a force. It's a force that begins to bend everything around it, from the company's overall strategy to how the product itself evolves over time.
And this introduces a fundamental conflict that you see in any ad-supported platform. Suddenly, ChatGPT has to serve two masters. On one side, you have the user, who's looking for objective, helpful information. But on the other side, you have the advertiser, whose entire goal is to influence that user. Trying to keep both of those parties happy, well, that's a tightrope walk we have all seen before. In fact, we've seen this exact pattern play out time and time again. Search engines started out as neutral tools. Social media feeds used to be simple chronological lists of posts from your friends. But in almost every case, once that advertising money started to really flow, the product itself began to subtly change to better serve the needs of the ad business. That revenue just becomes too large to ignore.
So, what does all of this mean for the professionals and the developers who actually use these AI tools every single day? The simple answer is this: the ground has just shifted right under our feet.
This is a classic case of what's known as platform dependency. If your business or your product or even just your daily workflow is built on top of a tool like ChatGPT, you are now inherently tied to their business decisions. And when they change their model to serve advertisers, it can have a direct and often unpredictable impact on you. Now, OpenAI maintains that ads will not influence the model's responses, and for now that may be true. But as we've just discussed, the gravity of a $100 million business is a very powerful force. It leaves us with a critical question to consider. The AI is still incredibly powerful, but is it no longer serving only you? Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. Please subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel and comment and share this overview to help us reach a wider audience.